everybody. I'm finally making a video. It took me a really long time to make this video because my weight has been fluctuating so much, even though I'm trying to get off of the Geodon right now. And it's just one of those things that's really hard for me mentally, to gain and lose so much weight in such short spurts of time, due to the medication, and it's just something that I'm struggling with. It's really hard for me to put myself out there when I've never been like this size before, and I've never been, all of these things that are going on. It's just different, and it's taking some time to get used to, and it's taking some courage to put myself out there. But I figured if there's anyone out there going through the same thing that I'm going through right now, I would have loved to see someone like me. I mean, I don't know if there is someone like me out there, but here I am. For those of you that don't know, I was diagnosed, first of all, I should acknowledge the fact that I'm in my bathtub and I'm in a bathing suit, and I don't usually wear a bathing suit in the bathtub, but I didn't want to have any sort of unfortunate nip slip or anything like that. So, I'm in my bathtub in a bathing suit. This is my downtime, so I decided, since I have a little bit of free time, I'm going to make a video. So for those of you that don't know, I was diagnosed bipolar 2 and borderline personality disorder a few years ago, and I was put on several medications, one of which was Geodon, and right now I'm actually trying to get off of all medications because my husband and I have talked about possibly getting pregnant, and we decided that the best thing to do was to try to get off of all medications on a trial basis and see if I can handle that. If I can handle my ups and my downs without medication, then I think we can move forward. But if it's too much to handle or the anxiety is too high, I think we're going to have to rethink things as far as babies go. Of course, I would be ecstatic to have a baby at some point, but I would also be okay not having babies and adopting all kinds of animals and just taking care of. I just want to take care of people and animals and stuff, so taking care of a baby or dogs, they both make me happy. I will be making another video, going a little bit more in depth about my diagnosis and how we got here and all that stuff. But if you want to know about it now, for now, Timmy has a podcast that I did a few months ago in like April or May. I'm not sure. I don't remember. So he has me on the podcast, and I talk a little bit more about exactly how we got here, if you want to check that out. So anyway, the Geodon made me gain a lot of weight. It gave me a lot of anxiety, gave me a lot of weird panic attacks to where like the only thing that soothes it is eating a bunch of food. And then I also went online and did a little research myself, and I found that Geodon can actually cause you to crave like greasy foods or sweets, and that is true. I have been craving those quite a bit, and I never really craved those kinds of things before, so I'm thinking it has to do with the Geodon just causing crazy amounts of anxiety in me, and maybe how my body is handling it. So I think that's what that is. I'm down to 20 milligrams once in the morning and once in the evening. And I would be lower than that right now. Well, actually, you can't go lower than 20. 20 is like basically the lowest dose. But you can do it like once a day, and right now I'm doing it twice a day. I stopped lowering the doses just because we got to the holidays, and I want to be fine at the holidays, and I feel completely fine right now. I feel completely happy. I feel great. So I didn't want to push it and maybe bring on some sort of a depression or some sort of like, I don't know, some craziness that I wouldn't be prepared to handle or I wouldn't want to handle during the holidays. But in January, I will be lowering to 20 milligrams once a day. So like during the daytime, I'll take my 120 milligram pill and I'll discontinue the one in the evening. I'm a little nervous about that just because whenever I forget to take my pill, I get withdrawal symptoms. Like I get really high anxiety. I get stomach pains. I get shivers. I get cold sweats. I get hot flashes, heat flashes. I don't know. So I'm a little bit nervous about that, and I have read that it could also be that you get to throw up, and I hate throwing up, so I'm pretty nervous, but hopefully everything turns out okay. Cross my fingers that everything turns out okay. There is a medication that I am currently on that is okay for pregnant people, and that's Buspar. Buspar helped me a lot with my anxiety, and I'm very grateful for that pill, but I am a little bit nervous to discontinue it in the next couple months. My doctors did say that I'm going to have a couple rough days when I discontinue any of the pills, so I'm not looking forward to that. But they said technically it's okay to be on that pill when you are pregnant, but they haven't done that much research and it hasn't been around for so long. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna not take it, try to not take it at all, just so that I won't risk anything. I feel like that's the better decision for me. Yeah. I have my notes in my phone of what I wanted to talk about so I don't forget, and also I have been switching over to Diet Coke every day instead of coffee, because now that I'm on a lower dose of Geodon, I don't have as much anxiety. I do still have anxiety every single day to some degree, but adding coffee to the mix was just not the best, and I have been sleeping so much better, and I'm really happy about that. So yeah, that is my update for you guys. Now, I did owe you guys some answering of questions that I did a very long time ago. I don't know if you guys even remember what questions you asked when you asked the questions, but I'm looking for them right now. If I can find them, I took screenshots of them. Let me try to find them, and then I will start answering your questions. One of my favorite parts of the day is always just talking to you guys on Instagram. Oh yeah, that's one other thing I did want to mention is in my return to YouTube, I am a little strong. I have a little courage, but I don't have all the courage. So I'm going to not read the comments on YouTube, but if you do want to talk to me and you want to have some sort of conversation, please come to my Instagram. I will be more than happy to talk to you there. It's just for my mental health. People on YouTube can be a little mean, so I'm taking precautions and just talking to you guys on Instagram. So come to my Instagram. I love, love, love talking to you guys. Okay, here we go. Okay, somebody wants to see a day in the life, and I would love to do a vlog or something like that in the near future. Maybe I'll do a vlog of my travels to my parents' house this Christmas. We're gonna be there for for like a week or so, and I don't really do much during the day. Like, I'm pretty boring, but I think that'll be like more fun for you guys to see me actually go and do something with my family. Okay, so this one is what was one of your biggest struggles this year and how did you overcome it? I think it's easy. It's gonna be the weight gain. I think it really caused some depression in me, caused anxiety in me. Um, I'm just not used to seeing myself at this size. And right now, I think I'm at like a size 10 or something like that, which is like completely average for a woman in the United States. And I just keep on reminding myself of that. And also, like before I had this depression, I was a lot more superficial. So it was all about my hair, how I look, my makeup, blah, blah, blah. And then I had the depression, and then I came out of it, and I became like a different person. And I was like, I really have to think about all of the things that I was doing and how I can change that to be a better person. And I was like, okay, I decided and how I can change that to just be a better version of myself. And I am working on that. It's this depression that I had not too long ago has given me a brand new personality. All I want to do is love on my family and spend time with my family. That's all I care about. And I want to reach out to you guys, obviously, and I want to help other people. I want to help animals in need. I just want to give love and receive love. That's all I'm about these days. I'm not about any of this superficial stuff. I'm working on being more confident in myself and my body, whatever size that may be. I have surrounded myself on Instagram with mid-size influencers, and they make me feel so good every day. I'm just very happy that I decided to change who I followed on Instagram because that makes a really big difference. Okay, my next one is what is my favorite dessert? My all-time favorite dessert is either creme brulee or cheesecake. Creme brulee or cheesecake, it doesn't matter. CBK has the best red velvet cheesecake thing, and it's so good. It's my absolute favorite. I love that kind of stuff. But after the Geodon, like, I've been craving everything. So it's like, oh, everything is my favorite. But on a typical, normal, whatever, if I can like just imagine my favorite things, it would be definitely cheesecake and creme brulee. This one is, how do you find the discipline to work out? And honestly, it's just a way to kill time for me. At first, it was just a way to kill time for me. While my husband is at work, I am a stay-at-home wife. I take care of our 2 dogs, and I take care of the house. And it can get a little boring some days. So I would just work out for like 40 minutes to an hour and just kill time that way. And then all of a sudden, I started feeling better because of it. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this, obviously, because it's good for my mental health. I have not felt depressed in a really long time, and I think that is in big part to working out 5 days a week. And if I just feel so good and so proud of myself because I'm a little bit more of a jogger than a runner, even though I call it running, but I'm a little bit more of a jogger than a runner. So I like to take my time and just go kind of slow. So I'll run about 3 miles in 40 minutes with like a couple minutes to warm up and a couple minutes to cool down. So that's my favorite workout, and I love doing it. It makes me feel so good. I push myself every day, and it makes you feel proud of yourself when you push yourself and you accomplish something that was a little hard. And it's just so good for your mental health, for depression. If you have depression, I really, really recommend going on walks or start going on a run. If you want to start going on runs, start really slow. When I started, I would just walk. I would run as much as I could till I couldn't breathe anymore, and then I would walk. And then I would do it over and over and over again until I was able to run for longer periods of time. Okay, this one is I'd love to know how you knew to get mental health care. What were the signs? Okay, so I have always been a big sleeper. I take a lot of naps. I feel emotions really deeply, and I think that's not a bad thing. But when it kind of affects your day-to-day life, I think there might be something that you might want to talk about with a therapist. I think I do have some trauma in my past, so that's what I initially went to my therapist for. Sorry, I'm sweating in the bathtub. So that's what I originally went to my therapist for. Past trauma that I had not yet resolved and was kind of haunting me, and I just couldn't get past it, and I had repressed it for so long, and then it was kind of bubbling up, and that's what I originally went for. And then I got diagnosed with depression and so on and so forth, and then eventually we got to this place where I was diagnosed with bipolar 2 and borderline personality disorder. I think my sister's mentor at one point, my sister was talking about me, and the teacher was like, I think she has depression because it's not exactly normal for her to be doing all of these things that she was talking about at the time. I don't remember exactly what she said, but one of the things that she did point out was that I was sleeping a lot, and so that also got me to go to the therapist. Yeah, that's the reason I went. And I'm really happy that I went. Obviously, I had a long, long road and a lot of medications to try out, which was a little bit like depressing in itself, because you know you want to feel better, and you get excited that you get a new medication, and you're like, okay, I'm putting all my hopes and dreams on this one, and then it doesn't work out, and you feel the same or worse in some cases. And so it's a long journey. You need to have a lot of patience. If you are very lucky and you do get a medication right away that helps you right away, you are so blessed. It took me 10 years. It took me 10 freaking years. But yeah, and then also be honest with your therapist. I think that's one thing that I lacked. I was not completely honest with my therapist because I was like, if I tell her this, it's too crazy. She's gonna send me to the hospital. And honestly, they won't send you to the hospital. They won't send you to the hospital unless you're like a danger to yourself or to others. So, you know, just be honest. I think that's my best advice. I have one last one, and this one is there anything that you would change about your podcast interview with Tim? Okay, so I don't, you know what? I was very, very nervous. At one point, Tim asked me what my husband's name was, and I completely blanked. I was like, Thank God he didn't use it. I mean, I haven't seen it. I was too nervous to see it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna think I look terrible, and like I just didn't watch it, and I didn't look at the comments. I had a friend do that for me. But I think the one thing that I do remember him asking me is like, what has changed in me or for me since back then. And I think the biggest thing that has changed is after having gone through that really bad depression that I went through a few years ago and coming out of it the other side. I mean, I lost motivation and faith and hope, and like I lost everything. I lost who I was like in my personality. Like I lost everything, and I had to kind of rebuild it. And the person I've rebuilt it to be, I'm extremely proud of. I'm no longer a superficial person, and I thank God for putting me in these positions to change and just be a better person in general, and just really see that my focus in life is saving animals and loving my family and just helping others as much as I can, and living my dream life of being a housewife, and I love cleaning the house and just taking care of my animals, and I'm just so much happier now that I'm not a superficial person as much as I used to be. So I'm really happy and I'm really proud of myself. I lost my faith at the time too, and I've refound my faith, and that's a really big part of my life too, and I'm very happy about that, and it makes me feel at ease and comfortable and just good. So I think that's the biggest thing that I would have said that had changed in me. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for sending me your questions. If you have any more questions about anything at all, it could be relationship advice, it could be questions you have for me, it can be absolutely anything. I will be more than happy to answer. Please send them to me on my Instagram. That is where I will be communicating with you guys. I will link my Instagram and other things. Oh yeah, one last thing. Christmas is coming, and I don't know when I will edit this, so hopefully it'll be out before Christmas, but I've had a lot of people reach out to me and say, I want to buy you a coffee, or I want to buy you this, or do you have a wish list? An Amazon wish list, I like to buy you something, and that's very sweet, but I feel a little uncomfortable accepting it, but what I would feel comfortable accepting 110% is a donation. An animal shelter donation. I have the website for the LA County Animal Shelter, and you go to the website, and then it lists a few different cities that you can pick from, and then you click on them and it'll give you a wish list of what that particular shelter needs. They have everything from dog food to dog treats, to dog beds, towels, things like that they really need. And if you would like to do something for me, that is what I would appreciate. Thank you so much. I love you. Have the best day. Have the best Christmas. I will see you guys soon, hopefully. I love you so much. Bye.